these corners are telling their charges. So Archie Solis getting very emotional with his brother to try and get him to do a little better. Big edge, as you noted in the CompuBoxing, punches landed for Manny Pacquiao. We head into round number 3 of this matchup. It's for the WC International Super Featherweight Championship, and Manny Pacquiao in the white trunks, of course, the great champion in both the junior lightweight division and down in junior featherweight, taking on Jorge Solis.
Yeah, he just connected a couple of good shots right now, too. The only bad thing about Solis is that he doesn't have the power to stop Pacquiao in his trance. I think the reason why his brother went in there and got on his face because he's not utilizing what he's supposed to, and that's that jab and reach.
And he has, when he's used it, he's been effective in this fight, but just hasn't used it enough, and that was the weapon he wanted to use. In his fight against Nicky Benz recently, he averaged 36 jabs per round, according to CompuBox, did Jorge Solis. That's what they want in this fight as well.
Well, in fairness to Solis, though, Pacquiao's warming to his task now a little bit. He's a little bit more elusive than he was in the first round anyway.
The interesting thing about Manny Pacquiao, he's such an exciting and excellent fighter. He makes a lot of fundamental errors. He squares himself up to opponents. He lunges in. But it is very hard for even the elite fighters, and he is 3-1-1 against the Eric Moraleses, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Rivera. Hard for them even to take advantage of it. Certainly Solis would have a hard time doing it. We saw Pacquiao just land a big left hand.
Well, he's certainly one of those guys you would never tell a young fighter fight like Manny Pacquiao.
You definitely don't want to do that.
He's like the only guy that can do it.
Yes, and not only does he get away with it, he's successful. And, of course, the hand speed and power that he brings to the fray helps. A minute left to go here in round number 3. Manny Pacquiao and Jorge Solis. And so far, while Pacquiao has an edge in punch numbers, Solis has been certainly competitive in this fight. And a nice right hand downstairs by Solis. It's been a little awkward. Their styles are such that it's been very difficult for either man to land what they want.
Yeah, they don't quite mesh.
Yeah, so far the only punch that I think that's landed pretty good has been the one that Pacquiao just landed about half a minute ago.
Left hand.
Combination downstairs by Jorge Solis. Solis being a little more active than he was. Pacquiao throwing punches, but they're having a hard time getting there. Solis is apparently able to kind of block and slip a lot of those. So just seconds remain in round 3, and again, Solis is an elusive target for Manny Pacquiao.
All right, let's get a look at that punch that you were talking about, Gennaro. That's probably the best punch of the round right here by Pacquiao. It was kind of at the end of the punch, though, so it didn't quite have as much power as it appeared to have in live action, I don't think.
Manny Pacquiao and Jorge Solis. Pacquiao on the right of your screen. Gets that straight left hand in again. There's the Solis jab that everyone's in agreement he should throw a little bit more, certainly including his brother Archie, who is in the corner advising him. Now Pacquiao warming to the task and getting aggressive. Big Draculus, the third man in the ring. Pacquiao comes into this fight with 17-1-2 record and 16 KOs in his last 20 fights. He has just been on fire. There's a low blow that they'll take some time off for.
It was actually in the hip. I think he's got a little trolley horse.
And people don't realize those things hurt.
Well, he didn't take much time, did Manny Pacquiao. He's right back at it here in round 4. Straight left gets in. It looks to me like, if nothing else, Solis is a very awkward fighter for Pacquiao to deal with right now.
Yeah, the height has actually been a problem for Pacquiao. The movement, people who see Pacquiao fight should realize and understand that he has a lot of trouble with fighters that move on him.
Yeah,
Manuel Marquez did that.
Right, that's right. Because it's not only the height, but also the movement. There's something awkward about Solis that's making Pacquiao look a little awkward himself.
Having said that, Pacquiao is doing some good work in this round, and Solis has not been able to punch back much. And it looks like there is a little blood somewhere on Solis' face. Nice shots by Solis. Probably Solis' lip, we think. We'll check it out.
Here's my question, though. Has anybody fought Manny Pacquiao better than Eric Morales did in the first fight and in most of the second fight?
Probably not.
Yeah, and and Morales was barely able to hold on to win the first fight and got knocked out in the second fight. Can Solis beat Pacquiao with this kind of an approach?
I'm going to say that maybe Juan Manuel might have fought him just as good.
All right.
Yeah, well, he fought
only because he
well.
got dropped in the first round 3 times. But other than that, he changed his way of fighting, and he made Pacquiao look beatable.
Yeah, Marquez fought very well in that draw, and some think he could have gotten a decision.
So, clash of heads right here, as we were talking about.
What those two guys had in common, they were both hitting Pacquiao hard and often. Solis is kind of picking his shots.
Nice left hand by Pacquiao. May have stunned Solis. We'll see. Another left hand by Pacquiao. The harder punch is probably being landed by Pacquiao. What lands.
Pacquiao, he has an awkward style. He looks very calm, and all of a sudden he has to shoot out right away. And he's very quick with his hand as well.
Solis has his best moments of the fight as he pins Manny Pacquiao.